right, welcome everyone. The agenda for the Shire of Perenjori ordinary meeting of Council held on Thursday, the 18th of December 2025 at the Shire of Perenjori Council Chambers, commencing at 3:03 p.m. Declare the meeting open and welcome everyone in attendance. The meeting will be recorded and made publicly available on the Shire's website with the publication of meeting minutes. As per the Shire of Perenjori policy number 1021, we wish to acknowledge the traditional owners of the land upon which the Shire of Perenjori is situated and to demonstrate respect for the original custodians. I respectfully acknowledge the past and present traditional owners of the land on which we're meeting, the Budimar people. It's a privilege to be standing on Budimar country. Join me for the prayer. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread and forgive our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. Lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power and the glory, now and forever. Amen. I acknowledge the pioneers who settled this country, developed the land and turned it into the productive country we know today. Oh, we have our disclaimer and the record of attendance, apologies and leave of absence. So we have our elected members, staff, no distinguished visitors. Actually, do we have any members of public outside? No. No? Members of public. Leave of absence is Councillor Hepworth and no other apologies. Oh. Item 5, public question time, response to questions taken on notice. We have none. 5.2, questions without notice. We have none.
Nope.
Applications for leave of absence for will be February meeting. Nope. Okay, we'll go on to item 7. 7.1 is the ordinary council meeting held on the 27th of November 2025. Can I have someone to move the item, please? Councillor Fraser. Seconder? Councillor Curtin. Councillor Fraser, would you like to speak to the item?
No.
Councillor Curtin?
No, thank you.
Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried 6-0. So then we have item 7.2, which you won't find in your agenda, but it's the audit meeting that we've just had. And can I have someone to move the item, please? Councillor Campbell, thank you. Seconded, Councillor Bradford. Councillor Campbell, would you like to speak to that?
Thank you.
Councillor Bradford?
No.
Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried 6-0. Thank you. All right. Item 8, announcements by presiding member without discussion, of which I have none. Petitions, deputations, presentations, we have none. Announcements of matters for which the meeting will be closed will be at our confidential item later in the meeting, which will be item 16, confidential reports. Declaration of interest. I have none in front of me. If there is any during the meeting, let me know. Okay. Go on to item 12, which is finance, the monthly financial report for the 30th of November 2025. Can I have someone to move the item, please? Councillor Fraser, and seconded Councillor Bradford.
No, thank you.
Speak.
No, thank you.
No. Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried 6-0. 12.2 is the schedule of financial activity for the period ended 30 November 2025. Can I have someone to move the item, please? Councillor Bradford, seconded Councillor Campbell. Councillor Bradford, would you like to speak to the item?
No.
Councillor Campbell. Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried 6-0. Thank you. Go on to item 12.3, the amendment to fees and charges for the North Road units. Can I have someone to move the item?
Can I suspend standing orders?
You may. Councillor Bradford, can I have a seconder? Councillor Fraser, all in favour? Carried 6-0. Councillor Bradford.
So I've done all my research on this one. I just the explanation, please. Or what are we doing here? We're going
Up
Having,
price.
because Saltbush, they used to rent unit 3, now
Yeah.
they rent unit 1 had to move because of the renovations. And so they're just going to stay in 1, but now for a few months they're renting unit 3 as well. So instead of chopping and changing, coming back to council every time that it changes, then just having set fees for if it's rented full time, you know, to Saltbush or a contractor.
Yeah.
Through the caravan park or as a private rental for staff.
So we're going to do that. Obviously,
Like
that's
two lots of fees and charges.
yeah, right. Yeah.
That's a significant difference between the two, but is that just because, and that's what it's being rented at now for the
Yeah.
higher amount of 60?
Yeah, for the higher amounts, so because through the caravan park, they used to be the AV units
Yes.
and they wanted something better, so
Yep.
they're willing to pay.
Okay.
And it gets service quick. too.
Yes.
And we had a lower staff fee on there when we had staffing number 2.
So, yeah,
Ah, radio. Okay.
and had our staff in 3.
Yes.
But it was totally generous of us to give Saltbush
Yes.
the staff fee.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So yeah. Right.
Any other questions?
No.
No?
Thank you.
Can I have someone to move that we resume standing orders? Councillor Bradford, seconder. Councillor Fraser, all in favour? Carried 6-0. Can I have someone to move the item, please? Councillor Dring, seconded Councillor Fraser. Councillor Dring, would you like to speak to the item?
No.
Councillor Fraser,
Thank you.
anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried 6-0. Thank you. Item 13, Community Development and Services, 13.1 is the quarterly report from the council. Can I have someone to move the item, please? Councillor Curtin, seconder. Councillor Bradford. Councillor Curtin, would you like to speak to that? No, thanks. Councillor Bradford.
Yeah, well done to everyone for putting the report together. Good stuff.
Right. Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried 6-0. Thank you. Go on to 14, infrastructure services, item 14.1 is the advertisement of RFQ 01 2025-26 is the curbside general waste collection services. Yes.
I'll suspend standing orders, please.
Yes, can I have a seconder? That's Councillor Fraser. All in favour? Carried 6-0. Yes, Councillor Campbell.
So we're looking at just like to tenders for the new rubbish collection to Avon Bailey's waste got at the moment. So right, so the tenders up for renewal.
So the agreement with them is due to expire.
Yes.
And they're on the Walgett preferred supplier panel.
Yep.
So what that allows us to do is to do a request for tender, a request for quote, rather than a full-blown tender document. So they're really the only supplier we're likely to get. Viola do Carnamar,
Yes.
but they are paying substantially more, and they're in the process of trying to change as well. So we've just written up the RFQ with a couple of additions to address issues we've talked about during the year. The first is to try and see if we can do something different with cardboard. So in the discussions with Avon at the moment, what they're prepared to do is to run a monthly truck for cardboard, where they will provide us with 6 cubic metre bins for cardboard, which we can then place at each business. They'll charge us a weekly rental on the bin, pick-up fee on the bin, and travel to come and pick it up, which obviously they'll put into their RFQ.
Yes.
But early indications are that it'll still be around about half the cost of what we're currently paying. One of the issues we'll have to challenge, that will challenge us at the time when we get that back, is who's going to pay that fee. So in most places where I've been, if you're a shop and you've got a cardboard pin,
You pay the
you
fee.
pay the fee.
Yeah.
Whereas at the moment, the Shire is
Yeah.
paying that full fee and basically recovering it from every ratepayer as
Yeah.
opposed to a user base. So we'll have to deal with that. And the other variation we've put in the RFQ is two options for curbside waste. One is it all goes to Perenjori landfill. The other is that it goes outside of the Shire to a site of the contractor's choosing.
Yeah.
So he's indicated he can either take it to Geraldton, York, or possibly Carew, and all of those will have a different price. And we will then have those two options to look at. Obviously, it's going to be cheaper at Perenjori site.
Yeah, but then you're going to have to deal with it. Well,
Then we're going to be able to balance the cost of how long we can keep that site for.
that's right. Yeah.
Versus, so I've got no idea of what the difference will be, but come February we'll tell you.
Yeah. Nice. Cute.
Any other questions?
Yeah. Not from me.
Where does the majority of it come from? Just everywhere.
The-
Board.
Oh, the cardboard.
So we've got 6 pickups.
Some shop, shop, pub, out back here. Independent rural.
Yeah.
I know you've got this, right.
So we're doing about 12 cubic metres a month at the moment. Mora was indicated that if we tick this off, they'll come on board. They've got about 18 cubic metres a month. And his truck weight, 100, no,
One?
120.
One.
No, we've got 12.
Oh, 26 metres, yes.
Well, yeah. Anyway, the truck's capable of doing Mora, War and us in one pickup. So we're not generating huge amounts, but the cost of labour of handling it is disproportionately high.
Used to throw the incubator out here. Just go to watch the top. They didn't know what to do with it.
It's, yeah.
Not
Bit of
more for
veg
that.
food.
No, trees was sitting there.
All right. Any other questions? All right, so that will come back to us at a later date, obviously. Can I get someone to resume standing orders, please? Councillor Fraser, seconded Councillor Campbell, all in favour? Carried 6-0. So can I get someone to move the item 14.1, please? Councillor Bradford and seconded Councillor Curtin. Councillor Bradford, no. Councillor Curtin, would you like to speak to the item?
No, thank you.
Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried 6-0. Thank you. 15 under governance, 15.1 audit for the year ended 30 June 2025 for the Office of the Auditor General. This is to accept the auditor's financial report. I have someone to move the item. Councillor Fraser. Seconder, Councillor Bradford. Councillor Fraser, would you like to speak to the item?
No, thank you.
No. Councillor Bradford.
Oh, well done to the staff and all that for keeping the auditors in check and all that. And yeah, well done again.
Yes.
Should be congratulated, everyone.
Yeah, it's a successful audit. Thank you.
Very successful.
Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried 6-0, absolute majority. Thank you. Go on to 15.2, which is the acceptance and adoption of the annual report for 2024-25. And this sets also the annual electors meeting for February the 12th of February. So, the 12th of February. Can I have someone to move the item? Councillor Fraser, seconder. Councillor Dring. Councillor Fraser, would you like to speak to the item?
No, thank you.
Councillor Dring.
No.
Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried 6-0. 15.3 is the Terra Minor Road User and Contribution Agreement. Yes, councillor Campbell?
Can I just suspend standing orders, please?
Yes, can I have a seconder for that, please? Councillor Bradford, all in favour? Carried 6-0. Councillor Campbell?
Yes, I'll just, seeing where we were with at the, extension of the road user agreement. That what, 6 monthly or 12 month, number 12 months? Or,
So it expires on December 31st. The last review you did mid-year last year, you only extended it for 6 months. I'm guessing under the assumption that there may have been more news about getting the rail siding operational, but essentially we're in the same position now as we were 6 months ago, is that there's no more significant news about the rail siding. However, as also saying the item, we need to just be aware that this road user agreement is required regardless of whether the siding is operating or not, because this really just governs the road from extension
that's right, yes. Yeah.
into town. However, you know, logically we would like to use it as some sort of leverage against getting on the siding, but there's no further news on that.
No, that's what I was just going to say. What is the go there? But anything? No, nothing at all. Have they gone? Where is Tara still been in here? Communicating with you guys?
Yeah, no, I talk to Damien probably
Damien,
every 2 weeks.
Oh, yeah. Right. You haven't heard anything, Marty? Nothing.
Yeah, no, they're still pushing ahead. So their biggest hurdle at the moment is agreeing on this take or pay system.
Oh, the port.
Yeah.
What does that actually mean?
So basically, you book your train slots for a year, and if
Ah.
you miss a train, you still pay.
Still pay.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, so they're trying to negotiate on that. I mean, they really need to come up with something soon because the shed that they're in is going to close for 4 months soon, in March. So, and that's why I sort of said, well, the next 6 months is pivotal. We'll see what's going on with Terra Mining. So, yeah, we're up in the air as much. Well, they're up in the air as much as what we are at the moment as to anything concrete.
Yeah. And they're obviously still running into Carrara now, aren't they? Because the side tips are still going, so they're doing both. They're going straight to Jura and just going to keep doing that. But yeah.
Yes, they are.
Did
I
you
had,
talk about that?
yeah, I do.
Well,
I had brief conversation with Damien earlier today. I just gave him a quick ring to sort of work out or just get an update. Because obviously, and his take on it was what you were just saying. So there's sheds closing, so they won't be. The shipping arrangement through Carrara is a little bit iffy over the next 3 or 4 months. This was my understanding with Damien. Their number one priority is still to go on rail, and they've been talking to Newhall about that. I was concerned about the maintenance on the road, on the Carrara line, and but we've looked at the agreement, and it sort of only kicks in if it becomes a RAV10 road, and that hasn't kicked in because they haven't applied for it. Well, there's another story there as well.
They're only doing sea trains, aren't they? So
Yeah, look, it's probably a little bit vague. So when back in May 24, when they originally asked for the addition of the Carrara route, they presented it as being a trial of 10 to 12 days for 55,000 tonne.
yeah.
And what happened subsequent to that was we added it into their road agreement, but we didn't add it in as a trial. So when that was renewed 6 months later, it's carried over as an approved use. And at no point did we ever go back to them at the end of the 55,000 tonne and say the trial's over.
Yeah.
However, what we did do at that time was we said to them that advise that at the conclusion of the 55,000 tonne trial, there's still a condition that the Shire may require them to undertake engineering to determine what upgrades are required on the road. So we've never triggered that because sitting above that was the request to go to RAV10, which they've never triggered.
Yeah.
But we're quite within our rights even now that they're continuing to use that to go back and say, we now want an audit of the Carrara route to determine what maintenance or upgrade needs to happen.
Yeah.
So if we were to approve that list today, would then we be able to then trigger that, or do we need to change something in here today?
Well, it's already in the agreement.
So it's already there. So
And it's already in the original approval that we gave them in May 24, where we said, fine, it's a trial, but we still reserve the right to require you to go and do the full engineering on it, even though it's a RAV7.
Yeah.
What we also said, if you want to go to a RAV10, this is what you have to do. But there's still the provisions there to require them to go and do the engineering on a RAV7.
The way I read it though, they are still responsible for maintaining that section.
Regardless. That's right.
Yeah.
Regardless. Yep.
As long as we've got that in
So
there.
we're covered in that regard.
Yeah, 'cause
Sorry, have they done their 55,000 and they're carrying on?
Oh, they're way past.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I did mention, I said to Damien today, so are we still in this trial? And he said, oh no, we've long gone.
So it's obviously working with Carrara, whatever they're doing at the moment, yeah.
It is.
Yeah.
So the only question for us is the road in a condition now
Yeah, that's right.
where we feel we need to require them to go and do a detailed audit of it and come up with a plan for improvement.
Well, yeah, particularly if they're going to do this for another 6 months.
I have a feeling that their agreement with Ferrara isn't going to last too much longer.
Yeah.
Ferrara and Terra are a bit at loggerheads at the moment over the condition of that Carrara road. Ferrara is quite upset that they've spent $1.2 million on Carrara road, and Terra aren't looking after it as good as they could be.
Right.
So
Well, that'll stop them. Then they'll be, yeah.
So they could dry up out there pretty quickly.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, well, I agree. We do this another 6 months and yeah, leave it at that, I think.
Usual 6 months.
6 months and let them come back again.
Bring it back.
Is everyone happy with that? Yeah.
Any other questions? It's probably a lot, there's actually a lot of detail in there for new councillors to get your head around that. It's been going for a long time.
Oh,
Perhaps we'll bring them in before the next decision and have another presentation or something, and then we'll get up to speed with what's happening.
First half of the year. Yep.
Yep. Or maybe not just before, maybe a couple of months before. That's what they wanted. They come back again. All right. Okay. Can I have someone to resume standing orders, please? Councillor Fraser, seconder. Councillor Campbell, all in favour? Carried 6-0. All right. So can I have someone to move the item, please? Councillor Campbell and seconded Councillor Bradford. Councillor Campbell.
right, thank you.
Councillor Bradford.
Yeah.
Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried 6-0. Thank you. Item 15.4 is the status report, which is this. You may have it as a bigger item, double-sided item here. We might suspend standing orders and just have a quick go through that. Councillor Bradford, thank you, and Councillor Campbell, Councillor Fraser, sorry. All in favour? Carried 6-0. All right. This is great. I like this. It's really good. It just gives us a bit of an idea of what's happening over the last few months, which is fantastic. And tick them off as we go, or know what the progress is at least. And yeah, it's really good. Is there any and there's probably a few things that have progressed on from this as well. So see the CEO performance criteria with an update on that. Actually, has everyone responded to that email of training in the beginning of February. So that's kind of relevant here.
February the 5th, that is. So we're now running it. We've got, I think 10 was it?
Yes.
We've got 10 respondents. Unfortunately, it won't be in Perenjori. It'll be in Mininu. It's a full day. And I expect that as we get closer, it's going to be filled. There will be a maximum of 20. So anyone else who wants to go needs to get their name in ASAP.
Absolutely.
Oh,
Do we? Yeah. That's the training.
we got to the 16th, or we just got when the 20 are gone anyway. So
Once the 20's in,
Yeah.
they're in, yeah.
That's it, yeah.
I'll ring you once I read it properly.
Yeah, we'll send a reminder out as soon as we're back on the 5th for everyone just to get an update.
Yeah. So have
Yeah.
a think about that, those dates or that date and see how that fits into.
Yeah. Oh, I'll go over it.
Are there any other questions on this? Or we can run through it a little bit. The England Crescent, lot 160 England Crescent.
Currently, because the lease, sorry, when they bought it, was under trust name, and the now whoever's the guarantor and whoever's dealing with now says they can't find evidence that it was a trust,
Oh,
so that's
could take forever. Oh. Okay. All right, no problem. What else is happening? The old depot sheds, there's one being removed. The others probably will be removed after harvest, I presume.
The 10-year sporting club infrastructure budget, so all those questionnaires have gone out. And once we're back in January, I'll be going to talk to each of the people that they went to, possibly giving them a hand with some of their costings and trying to get their submissions in. At this early stage, it looks like Perenjori Bowls is probably going to end up as the highest priority project. I think we'll end up with submissions from both sporting clubs for some potentially some toilet renos and building maintenance. Exactly when they'll fall out, we don't know. And the pistol club's the one that I haven't had a conversation with yet, but I'll get to them shortly.
Landscape committee meeting update is probably in progress of that funding, those funding applications, I would presume.
Yes, so we're just waiting on the CBH one, is it, for the funding? And Gundua.
Yeah.
But we have I just saw the concrete quote come through a minute ago, Marty, for the footing for the CBH timeline. So most of the pricings are in for that now. There's a bit of landscaping in that as well, so probably won't do much of that until, end of summer.
And then the audit risk and improvement committee, as I said earlier, we had the exit meeting for the audit committee, which was very good, and well done to the finance team for getting through that with the audit people, and it was very, very well done with Ali and the finance crew. So well done. I presume they're not going to charge us any less for doing such a good job. $50,000. Did I say $50,000?
It's frightening, isn't
it? Right, that we pass it in November. So the pharmacy services, that'll be fantastic for Perenjori, I think, for the pharmacist to come down next year. That will be a bit of a bonus, so it's good.
Are they coming down from Morrow, Judy?
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah. On Tuesdays and Thursday mornings, I think.
Oh, excellent.
Yeah, so that'll be fantastic. And over in that little wellness building on the other side there.
Yes.
Yeah, so we've just got to do a couple of things there, I think. It's good to go. Future of the Latham Hall, so the expressions of interest are still out for that.
Yep, we had four different groups pick up the paperwork, 3 non-local, 1 local. So, yeah, I didn't have much confidence we would get someone submitting, but I think we probably will now.
That's good. Regional housing support, I presume that's still ongoing.
That's going in tomorrow, yep.
Citizen of the Year, so that's at the Australia Day Awards. Be great if you're around to come along to that. It's a really nice day at the afternoon pool. More the merrier, and then we have the awards on that night as well, which is really good. And then it's the pavement repair servicing, so that's all in progress, I presume, Marty, that we went through
Yep.
the other day.
It's gone in as RFT03 now. We'll have a closing date of Tuesday, the 13th of January. We'll have a tender opening at 2 o'clock that afternoon, and the evaluation process will start immediately.
All right, any questions on that? Good. Did I suspend standing orders? Are we still in? Did I? Okay, can I have someone to resume standing orders, please? Councillor Bradford, seconded Councillor Fraser. All in favour? Carried 6-0. Thank you. Can I have someone to move the status report, please? Councillor Dring. Seconder, Councillor Bradford. Councillor Dring, would you like to speak to that?
No, thank you.
Councillor Bradford.
Well done to all the staff again.
Yep.
For putting that report together and completing and making everything in progress and everything. Well done.
It's good.
Cool. Anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried 6-0. All right, so we have our confidential report, 16.1 is for the council decision to go behind closed doors. Can I have someone to move that, please? Councillor Fraser and Councillor Campbell seconded. All in favour? Carried 6-0. So confidential item 16.2, sale of the Shire houses. Get someone to suspend standing orders, please. Councillor Campbell, Councillor Fraser seconded. All in favour? Carried 6-0. So can I get someone to resume standing orders, please? Yep, sure. Yes, Councillor Bradford
Oh, sorry, yeah.
and seconder, Councillor Fraser. And then we go to the item 16.2.
The council accepts the officer recommendation as containing the contribution.
Yes.
Okay.
Can I get someone to move that, please? Councillor Dring, seconded Councillor Fraser. Councillor Dring, would you like to speak to the item?
No, thank you.
Councillor Fraser,
No, thank you.
anyone against the item? All in favour? Carried 6-0. Thank you by absolute majority. Is that okay, Bobby? Back on. Okay, excellent. All right, so can I get someone to return to standing orders and reopen the meeting to the public, which is 16.3, please? Councillor Bradford, seconded Councillor Dring. All in favour? Carried 6-0. Thank you. Right, so that's it for that bit. All right, item 17, ordering of the common seal. We don't have to do that. Reports of committees and members. We have none. Motions of which previous notice has been given. Note. Notice of motions. None. New business of an urgent nature admitted by council, which I don't think we have anything. Okay, and I will close the meeting at 3:47.